So you're trying to grow that business, huh? I'm talking to you, the entrepreneurs, the small business owners, the business enthusiasts. Have you ever wondered how some small businesses seem to thrive and outpace others, especially in this fast-paced environment of today? So it really comes down to, a powerful secret, and that is business analytics. So what are business analytics? So essentially, business analytics are taking data and transforming them into actionable insights. And that helps you guide your decisions, optimize your operations, and simply drive your business growth. So how can you use business analytics to help grow your business? Let's dive in. So when it comes to, small business, a lot of times what we do is we guess at what our business needs. We guess at what we need to do to grow, and we don't make decisions with data, right? Now, if you can change that mindset and start to really focus on the facts, because the facts are in the data. The decisions are in the data. If you can start to look at that, it will set you apart, right? Basically, business analytics will give you a clear picture of where you stand, and it'll help you map out the actions to get to where you're going. With business analytics, essentially, you're able to, start to see trends and behaviors and possible opportunities that will help you navigate your business towards where you want to go. And that's growth, right? Now, I have to say, growth can be seen in many different ways, right? So a lot of times people always think about growth as in how can I generate more revenue? But sometimes growth is how can I reduce costs? So if I keep this revenue the same, how can I still, make more money and grow my business, right? The first thing you can do is figure out how can I remove cost out of my business? That's very difficult to do if you're not using something like business analytics. But again, we're going to get into it. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And I really want to walk through how business analytics specifically can aid in some key areas. All right. So first, let's talk about performance reporting. This is one key area. Essentially, imagine just having a health checkup of your business, showing you vital stats and progress, highlighting successes and really pinpointing areas that need a boost, right? So if we take a look, this could be an example of a performance report. You could see things like your sales. You can look at maybe your different chains and understand who's driving all the sales for, the year over year. You can find, hey, what areas or what locations are doing the best? What type of people are buying my product? So different things that show you the performance of your business. That's why we would call this performance report. So and these things will vary based off of, your business and what you need and what kind of drives growth. So that's performance reports. The next thing I like to hit on is operational efficiency. And we kind of touched on this a little bit. So the analytics really can shed light on, your different processes, helping streamline operations, reduce costs, and really just enhance productivity, right? So now we're able to highlight some of those areas where we can pull cost out, right? This isn't necessarily focused on our sales performance that way, but how can we optimize our processes and reduce cost in other ways? Next up, we've got inventory management. So, this is really making sure that you have the right stock that you need, improving your cash flow, and making sure that your customers are satisfied. So let me kind of give you an idea. So maybe you're a restaurant, right? Maybe you own a restaurant, and what you're finding out is that often you don't have the things that you need. If you are able to take data and kind of look at, sales over time and what people are ordering, understanding what those trends are, maybe how different times of the year certain products tend to sell more than others, right? You can use that inventory management to really help you highlight the things that you might need to keep in stock versus others. And maybe you're creating waste because you're keeping too much of certain things than others, right? So inventory management, you might have something that looks like this, how you're seeing the inventory that you have on hand, the kind of things that have been returned, where those supplies are, what's the return rate for your different products. Things like this can really help you optimize and figure out what inventory I should carry so that you're not carrying too much or too little. Because the reality is inventory is cash, right? And cash, that's going to help you grow your business. Next up, I want to talk about marketing analysis. So, marketing insights are really important because they help you understand your customer. Who is my customer? What are their preferences? And where should I spend my marketing dollars? If you start to understand who your customer is, you start to understand, what's the best way to market to them and get them to come back or, attract new clients. So marketing analysis, let's take a look at what something like that may look like. So a sample of a marketing analysis report could look like this, right? You're looking at your sales overall, but you're figuring out, well, how many of my sales come from online? How many of my sales come from social media or actually in the store or from my outlet, right? And you start to see what those percentages are, right? So, okay, well, if a lot of my business is coming from online, then maybe I need to focus there because that's where my customer is, where my ideal customer is, right? So, and you also can start to see how some of these things trend over time. Maybe during certain years, it's more likely that I will sell more in my store, in my outlet than I will online. So maybe I'm going to change some of my marketing to cater towards what I need in order to grow during different time periods of the year. So that is the benefit of things like marketing analysis. Now, I know you may be a little skeptical about using business analytics, but I want to show you some success stories because the reality is that a lot of businesses are using analytics every day to help grow their business. Now, I'm going to show you some of the ones that are well known. These brands, and the reality is they didn't get where they are by not utilizing data. So let's kind of dive into those and take a look so that you can understand how valuable business analytics can be for your small business to help you get to where you want to be. So one of those companies is Starbucks. So, Starbucks, one of their goals is to enhance operational efficiency, right? And enhance their customer experience. And so one of the ways they use that is that they use business analytics and data from their loyalty cards in their mobile app to offer recommendations to their customers, right? So basically, they're analyzing traffic, they're analyzing buying patterns to optimize their staffing and inventory management in their stores. And what this really turned into for them is, increased customer satisfaction, increased sales through personalized marketing, and more efficient store operations, right? So if you go into the Starbucks app, most likely you will get a recommendation. And a lot of times that may be based off of, hey, this is what other people think are popular, or maybe it's based off of what you typically order. Maybe you'll like this too, or I might invite you to use the app more, and then you'll get X dollars worth of rewards. So that's one of the ways that Starbucks really utilizes analytics to help grow their business. So next, another business that everyone knows, right? Netflix. So some of their objectives are improve the content recommendations and also improve customer retention, right? Because once you get some people there, you want to make sure that you keep them as well. And so they have, employed sophisticated algorithms that analyze the viewing patterns and preferences to recommend shows and movies to its users, aiming to keep them engaged and subscribed. And how do you do that? By collecting data on your users and then analyzing that data and seeing those trends and understanding, okay, is this working? Is recommending these particular shows to my audience? If you go and watch Netflix, a lot of times you'll see that they're like, oh, because you watched X, or in this case, because you watched Game of Thrones, you'll probably like this. And now, instead of you going through and searching, you automatically find something that you like. And so this is really improves customer engagement, retention rates, and the recommendation system really drives a significant portion of their viewer activity. And they know this because the data tells them so. They're not guessing on how they're getting here. Okay. So I know you're thinking that sounds great, but what do I do? How can I get started? So, these are definitely things that you can do on your own. The first part is you got to be collecting some data on your customers, right? Whether you have particular tools, CRMs, whatever you're using, or your POS system is collecting sales transactions. You got to have some data to look at, right? And from there, you can take different approaches to develop these different charts, reports, dashboards for you to understand what your business is doing. The issue is a lot of people don't, have the time to do that, and that's where Uncorked Tech comes in. So if this is something you're interested in, of course, I recommend continuing to watch my videos as I'll start to go through some of the ways that you can implement these things in your business if you want to do them on your own. But if you're looking for a resource that can help you start to implement this, what you can do is going over to uncorkedtech.com and shoot us a message. And what we do is we offer monthly reporting, annual reporting. I'm able to set up dashboards that can update as you need them. But essentially, we'll take the complexity out of business analytics and make it accessible and actionable. So you'll get your monthly reports. They'll have different insights for you and things that you can immediately go and take action on and implement into your business to help you grow. Right? So you're going to get those insights. It doesn't matter whether it's, you're enhancing your operational performance, optimizing your operations or managing your inventory, whatever the case is, marketing efforts. Uncorked Tech is able to help you with that. So I really encourage you to check that out. I'll leave a link in the comments as well for you. So I just want to tell you, thank you for watching this video. I hope that you got value and understand what business analytics is and how it can help you grow your business. And if you have any questions, again, find me on my website. You also can check us out on Instagram. Until the next video, like, subscribe, and I will see you next time.